All right then. Well, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about Dreamhaven. Are they going to make an MMO? That's it. That's what we're going to talk about. Not just Dreamhaven, but also all the partner studios with Dreamhaven, and there's a lot of them. Did some research on it. Took a while. Compiled it all for you. I'm going to talk about it. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited. If you can't tell, I'm very excited. I think it's pants off time. Is that? Yeah, pants off time. All right. Ha! Pants are off, boys. All right. Let's toast to making this video in the morning. So it's coffee. I had coffee here this morning. Coffee mug. Very basic coffee mug. Toasting to revival of MMOs. The genre as a whole. Bam! Bam! Toast that. Okay. I'm Ben Affleck. I'm going to narrate this video. It'll be exciting. We're going to talk about Dreamhaven. I'm going to roll the R thingy. R thingy is great. Yeah, we're very low budget here at Rad Genesis Studios. I just want you guys to know that. So, minimal editing. We do everything first take. We don't worry about mistakes. They just stay in most of the time. You guys need to be aware of these things. This is very indie. Is Dreamhaven making an MMO? There's always this ex-Blizzard devs are making a new company thing. You know, this every couple of years we hear about. In fact, it's usually like multiple times a year you hear about, you know, ex-Blizzard devs starting a game company. People get all excited. They think it's going to be the greatest game ever. And more times than not, the game fails. And why is that? Well, it's because most games fail. And it doesn't necessarily matter that the is ex-Blizz devs or anything like that. Well, what makes Dreamhaven different? What makes it more exciting? To me, it's because you're loaded up with ex-Blizzard founders and a lot of long time ex-Blizzard devs. So it's a little different than some of the past examples we've had, in my opinion. I was going to start with the companies that they actually own. These are the two development companies that Dreamhaven owns, Moonshot and Secret Door. And these are all the partnership companies that they have partnered with. So we're going to go through each of these, try to figure out what they're doing, what games they're making. And some of that, a lot of it's going to be done based on, well, things they've said. A lot of these games, they haven't really said what they're doing yet, not directly anyways. But you can find out a lot through looking at the job openings that they've listed. And so we'll do a lot of that. So to start out, I was talking about the Blizzard developers who have left. These are all the guys that have left recently. I'm going to go through these guys one by one. Rob Pardo works for Bonfire Studios, which is one of the partner companies with Dreamhaven. Nick Carpenter works for Bonfire as well. Chris Sagatti works for Secret Door, one of the two Dreamhaven companies. Frank Pierce left Blizzard, but I don't believe he's working anywhere else now. Mike Morhaime is Dreamhaven co-founder, also a co-founder of Blizzard. Again, co-founder of Blizzard. It's kind of a big deal when he starts a new company. Chris Metzen works for Warchief Gaming, which is a partner with Dreamhaven. Dustin Browder, he's working for Moonshot Games, one of the Dreamhaven devs, or one of the Dreamhaven companies. Ben Brode works for Second Dinner, a partner company. Eric Dodds doesn't have a new company that I could find. Brian Sousa works for C-Prompt, another one of the Dreamhaven partner companies. So interesting. And this post is from 2 years ago, but very interesting. Some very high up people at Blizzard. The vast majority of them have some sort of tie-in to Dreamhaven. First company I'm going to talk about is Moonshot. And basically, from what I can tell based on this job listing, they're making a multiplayer action game and quite possibly console-based, from what I can tell. Probably not MMO, but maybe it's, potentially down the line, maybe their second game could be an MMO. Secret Door, this is another one of the two companies that is directly owned by Dreamhaven, and this is job listing. Cross-platform game RPG is basically what this looks like. So again, this could really set up for, maybe they're making a single-player type game now, but it could set up a new IP that could eventually become an MMO. Based on what I can see, Dreamhaven currently is not making an MMO with their 2 main companies that they own, but I could totally see it being something for a second game for either of these companies. So that's exciting. Now we're going to start going through the partners. First of all, we're going to go through one more game. It looks like a mobile game through and through. I don't see much promise for this being an MMO. Of course, MMOs can be mobile, but I'm not interested in mobile MMOs in any way. Raid base, PvE, PvPvE sandbox, open world, original IP. Yeah, as far as I can tell, not an MMO. Although, potentially, I mean, the PvP, PvE thing, potentially, it's definitely multiplayer. But when I was going through as much information as I could find on this, I really don't think, I think it's such a small team. The team doesn't have MMO experience at all. It's more like Valorant, a lot of Valorant experience. So more of a shooter, open world PvP game is what I'm thinking for this. War Chief Gaming, it's a tabletop company. They make tabletop RPGs, second dinner. They are hiring senior project manager, mobile free to play. So unfortunately, mobile is, there's a lot of money in mobile, so a lot of companies make mobile games. But this could be a good way for a company, looking on the bright side, it's a good way for a company to get started and get some revenue before maybe making a more serious game on PC. But at least that's my hope. I'm trying to look at this optimistically, but unfortunately, I'm not a big mobile game guy in general. Like, most PC gamers are not big mobile gamers. Bonfire Studios, when I first read about this company, I kind of thought, man, this is probably the MMO company. Like, of all these, this might be the one. I got kind of excited when I was reading through this because they have a pretty good sized team. They have a ton of ex-MMO talent, ton of ex-Blizzard, ton of there's an ex-ArenaNet employee. And also, this graphic is incredible. When I saw that, I was like, wow, I just love that. I don't usually get too excited about art, but that is an incredible piece of art right there. And when you go through here on these employees, like Carolyn Lim was a lead concept artist for ArenaNet, and of course, that's Guild Wars 2. And who else did they have? Yeah, this guy, Dave Adams, was a level designer for WoW, made Howling Ford, Grizzly Hills, etc. Also worked on Diablo 3. So this game, I mean, I kind of thought, man, this could be an MMO. But the team it's pretty good size. You scroll through here, there's a lot of people, but it's still not MMO size. I mean, I think at a minimum, you probably need 50 people for an MMO, and I'm not seeing that many people here. It's not mobile. They've confirmed they're not mobile, but they are developing in Unity, which there is some MMOs, PC MMOs that are on Unity, but Unity is mostly mobile MMOs. That's why a lot of people were assuming they were making a mobile game, but they're not doing that. They've confirmed they're not doing a mobile game. They say, one thing that got me excited is the founder said they're developing for a core audience, which for me, that's what an MMO is these days. It's kind of for a core audience. Like I said, many members with MMO experience. But my guess is because of the small team size, it's probably something that's like RPG, multiplayer RPG, but not full-scale MMO. Maybe it has a few MMO features, but not a full-scale MMO. Maybe a good example would be the first Guild Wars game, Guild Wars 1. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't think that's an MMO. And then C-Prompt Games, they're making a strategy game. That's all we know about it. And then finally, there's this company that partnered with Dreamhaven, and they've raised a lot of seed funding from some big founders, some big backers like Twitch and King. Andreessen Horowitz is a huge VC capital group. And they even got some funding from Riot Games as well. And they have confirmed that they are making an MMO. So this is one Dreamhaven partner that we know for sure is making an MMO currently. They haven't been around for too long. I think it was 2019 was the first mention of this company. So they probably got quite a long ways to go to get to a finished product. And the thing that concerns me about this company is they're wanting to make a cloud-based, cloud-native MMO. And from what I can gather, what they mean by that is, because most MMOs are cloud-based, at least on the server side for the server architecture. But from what I can tell, they're trying to make an MMO that you don't download a client. The client is also server based, similar to like Stadia and some of these failed cloud gaming projects where you just log in and play. You log in and play through a browser or what have you. It's not worked. Nobody's ever been able to really accomplish this successfully. Doing it in an MMO seems even more challenging. They have raised a lot of money. They have a good start. We'll see. I could totally see these guys pivoting away from this cloud gaming idea if they find out it's just not going to work. And then if that happens, I think the odds of success would go up drastically. So I'm keeping my eye on this company for sure. Not too much buzz about this company yet out there in the MMO space. And they have the Dreamhaven. They're partnered with Dreamhaven, although Dreamhaven's not a major funder of this company. Their funding has been from other sources. Definitely interested in watching this, and I'm definitely interested in watching the two main companies for Dreamhaven, Moonshot and Secret Door. Definitely interested in watching them, but a little bit more in Mainframe. They have $23 million in funding, Riot Games investing. I've already talked about a lot of that. It's not exclusive to Xbox. For a while they were exclusive to Xbox, and they do have a provisional name, PAX Day. This could be an interesting project to keep our eyes on in the future for us MMO gamers that are waiting for a good MMO to be released. Alright, video's over, so it's the sad part of the thing. We gotta put the pants back on. Put them pants back on. Yep. Alright, the pants are on. Guys, I'm George Carlin, and it's been a great video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comedy. Hey, I got something really good, real exciting planned for you guys. I've got the song Freebird that's going to be played for you guys on the way out today. I hope you guys enjoy that. I always forget to adjust the mic before I do this. One take. We only do it in one take, boys. Ha ha. Won't you fly, yeah, free bird, yeah. Na 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 na.